Good times.
Good evening, G1s. I am Master Wayne for this week's G1 interview, and I'm joined by the game drunkard himself, G1 Dylan. How are you doing this evening, dude?
Yay! And the crowd goes, who? What? I guess. Let's see what happens.
This is a very special G1 interview because we are both inebriated.
Just a little, I'm catching up to you, man.
You got a long way to go, my friend.
And I got the seasonal pumpkin beer to celebrate because it was on sale. So
Only the best for me. Right. We're going to start off, as always, with some ScrewAttack questions. The first question, as always, Mr. Game Drunkard, how did you discover ScrewAttack.com?
Same as literally everybody on the planet, man. Everybody's like, oh, it's the game, or the angry video game nerd. It's like, you watch him, and he's like, oh, it says ScrewAttack before his shit comes up. It's like, I'll see what that's about. But I think it was, the pinpoint time that I did was, of course, on game trailers at the time. And, it was, I think, Ghostbusters, or Bugs Bunny, or Silver Surfer, one of those AVGN episodes. I was like, at that time, whenever those came out, it was like, that's when I became a G1. Yeah.
If I had $1 every time somebody said AVGN.
You'd be a gajillionaire. You'd have, you could buy something at the fanciest restaurant, but not a drink, because that'd be way too much. But you could get the meal.
Yeah, steak sounds super cool.
Oh, yeah.
What is your favorite show on ScrewAttack.com?
Show? I like side-scrollers, because they just bullshit for 30 to 45 minutes, or however long they go nowadays. Although I haven't seen the latest ones too much. But what used to be my jam was the clip of the week.
Yeah.
The one where they they fucking duct tape all the systems together, and it does a parallel universe thing where all the other guys come out, and fucking Chaz just like, oh, you want a beer, broski? I was like, this is hilarious. This is fucking amazing.
Though they're evil twins, and then somehow Brian manages to escape going back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
And fucking Jose's in charge, I think. He's like the boss.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Who is your favorite ScrewAttack member of staff?
Favorite member. Everybody's got their main, their own little quirks, special things that are with them. But I think the one I most identify with is Sam, because of his just lack of fuck givings. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna say this shit, whatever happens, happens. Kind of his give a fuck meter is just running on fumes. It's all the way on empty. You gotta respect that. And, when Jared left, he's became my new one. But at the same time, let me stop myself. Getting off track already. Fucking, I think Sean Hines, he's doing a really good job with hard news, and I think I'm digging it more than all the previous.
Did you see the last interview, by any chance?
The what?
The last G1 interview, because I said near enough the exact same thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
I might have gone into some shit with Chad, but I'm still waiting for the email. And the notice of termination.
Yeah.
I digress. If there's anything... What was the last thing on ScrewAttack that made you laugh hard?
Dude, you know what was really awesome was that American Sprite made where Guile and Captain America were at a bar and fucking arguing and shit. I want him to do a lot more of that kind of stuff, because that was fucking hilarious.
Was that in Death Battle by any chance?
No, that was just a skit that they did. I think in Side Scrollers they said they were doing more of it, but I must have missed them. But yeah, it was just like a random skit that came out of nowhere. Although I think the funniest, or my favorite episode of anything ever, was the April Fool's episode of Hard News where Ben did it, and he had to read a script that he had no idea. He's like, I, Ben Singer, am... It says I'm a bitch! I'm not a bitch! You know, just going on. That was amazing.
I think it was the year before that everybody didn't know it was an April Fool's joke, and everybody took him seriously.
Yeah.
Including me.
Oh, man. It was... It's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Yeah.
Wow.
That was good times.
That game's coming out. Wow, that's amazing.
Holy shit! Killer Instinct is coming. Well, that ended up being true, but oh my god! Yeah.
What are your fondest memories of ScrewAttack? What is the thing that sticks out for you?
Yeah. Well, something that has a special place in my heart was when my Super Mario World one got called out, and it was like, this is probably the best Super Mario World playthrough of the year, like of all time, actually. It was just like, wow, that's pretty cool, because I thought it was just a random thing, and I was just like, whatever, I don't think it's that good. And then like everybody super loved it. I was like, wow. And it's like a staff member, I forget who it was, so I guess it wasn't that memorable, but like just messaged me. It was just like, this was really cool, you got to do more of this kind of stuff, which I haven't done another episode of games that I liked yet, so I guess I didn't listen to them. But yeah, that was always like, holy shit, this is awesome kind of moment for ScrewAttack. So
I've had a couple of beers since then. I can't remember everything.
Yeah, it's kind of hazy. This isn't the best interview strategy I've done. It's like, gotta get wasted before, gotta do it, gotta be in character, gotta drink the part. I mean, look the part. Shit.
And that ends the ScrewAttack segment of the interview.
I went quick.
Yeah.
Ish. Or maybe it could have lasted 2 hours, and it just went by so fast.
And we move on to your work.
Okay.
Mr. Game Drunkard.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
Did you bring the frosty beers? Yes, you did.
I'm just about to open a cider. A hard cider. That'll be fun. It's delicious. It's like just drinking apple juice.
One of your videos that I loved was the top 10 fat bass of video games.
Oh yeah.
I love that video.
Thank you for that. Yeah, no credit goes to the bass players out there. It's like, I looked it up. There's not even a single mention of any of that instrument at all. It's like, fuck that, dude. And I always like making top 10s that have never been done, and you would think that'd be done to death, but no, fuck. I even made a joke about it. It's like I should know how to do this. I'm the only one who's ever done it. Kind of a thing. Like, hint, hint. Just like, why doesn't anybody talk about this shit? So I really want to give credit where credit's due and make sure the bassists get their just desserts. I'm gonna open this other one now.
In particular,
it's not a twisty.
The start of the video is pretty much how I wake up every morning.
The what? Oh yeah, I was actually hungover. My brother and I. My brother's the guy in the car.
In the car, yeah.
We did that entire opening right after a huge. Like, we came up with that idea the night of a bunch of these. Well, bunch of this. And oh man, the morning was so bad, and I was like, dude, we talked about doing that thing, right? That scene for the opening, making fun of the fact that I can't release videos on time or whatever. He's like, oh yeah? I'm like, I'll buy you breakfast if you film it. He's like, all right, let's do it. And we got all the beers. I think we had like 3/5 of whiskey and all the beers that we drank just like 6 hours ago. We didn't get that much sleep. And we just like piled it all on me. I'm like, This will work. All right, action. Fucking. That was fun. I think it came across. I don't know. We acted pretty well for how hungover we were. If I don't mean to toot my horn too hard.
You did cover a lot of good shit in that video.
Yeah.
Especially the Zangief theme tune.
Oh yeah,
man.
Everybody was kind of disappointed I didn't put Guile's theme, but that's so much overexposure, and it doesn't start with the bass line internally. So, like, no, you gotta give it up, man.
And Zangief's does though is like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
I was like, oh my god, no, not this guy. I can't throw fireballs with this character. Shit, how am I gonna deal with him? But yeah.
And what the hell, man? Bit Crusher on Tekken 4 is so much better than the one from Tekken Revolution.
I wanted to throw. I was trying to do like everything from Tekken, because the Unz video, like Tekken made number 3, I think. They're just some of the best music in Tekken, and like barely anybody talks about the music. It's always just the fighting mechanics. But yeah, I think Tekken 4 is a better bass line, but I don't have one where the bassist just fucking freaks all over the place. So I was like, well, Tekken does have one of those, so I gotta switch it up by making because yeah, it goes boom 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 for Bit Crusher, and I already have what was it? Final Fantasy VII was the boom boom boom. Like, it's very simple, but it's clear that just a bass will make the entire song. So I figured, don't cover the same ground more than once, try to switch it up as much as I can. So yeah,
that's the drunk guy I told you about earlier.
Drunker guy, not the drunkest guy.
Yeah, not the drunkest.
Yeah. I'm always the drunkest. I just started not too long ago, so I'm just chugging. I wonder how many beers I could get through during this interview.
Well, let's wait till we get to the one more beers section of this interview.
Everybody chug if you got one.
Chug 'em if you got 'em. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cider is amazing.
The Mario Underground was a very big surprise to make it to the list.
I know. I shocked myself. I too was just like, why the fuck? But it's ingenious. Because nobody would think that's all it is just a bass line. That's the entire song. It's just bit it. It's like, I would never have thought of that if I wasn't. It was another drunk idea. I'm not gonna lie. Hey!
Hello, drunkard.
I see you there. Drink some water. Sober up a bit. You're crazy, man. Love that guy.
He's not listening. And your number one pick, that I'm not going to say what it is, because that'll spoil the people watching that particular top 10.
Yeah.
It is pretty much the greatest game with that bassline on the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, wherever you're from.
Number one?
Can you talk about that particular bassline without saying what game it's from?
Yeah, that had to happen. It was a no question. That had to be, like, you can't do any other ones. It has to reach the top 3, and I figured, well, since the whole game, I should have put the entire game, because most of the songs in that game are bass heavy and memorable. And yeah, but I already did this entire game has bass lines that are awesome. You should try it. So I couldn't do that twice. So I figured the main one is the best. The breast.
A couple of clues for the G1s out there who might be in the know. The music was by John Baker. And I know this because I did a list myself of the greatest video game music ever. And it goes bum 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 bum, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out.
So
I usually do that.
If anybody can guess it from that, hats off to you.
You're one of the good ones. You're one of the true fans. Yeah.
So, how many beers?
About 4 so far.
Yeah.
Within
I'm
a
down
half
to my
hour.
last 2.
Yeah. I got freaking wine, whatever that is. It's like some shitty grapes, whatever. I got that, and some whiskey, and I'm just... Oh, you mean the show?
No, beer. No,
yeah,
yeah. Let's talk about the show. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I'm all sorts of everywhere around here.
I caught your Hotline Miami. How many beers?
Yeah.
The premise of the show is that you have to drink a beer every time you die.
Yeah.
How wasted was you?
Well, I don't want to give away the ending, but it was a bad night. And the crappiest thing about that, I got hammered, shit-faced. But the crappiest thing about that was the next day I did like I was going to stream live nonstop until I beat this one level. And when you're sober, you're like, oh, you can just do this. Oh, I beat it. And then it's done. It's friggin', It wasn't even that hard. The place I was stuck at, and just gave me, I think it was 4 beers on one level, like back to back. Like I chugged, I don't even remember how many drinks, like 7 or 8 drinks in like an hour or something like that, 2 hours. I don't know. It adds up quickly. And I always start off with a couple like in me before. So it's because the last How Many Beers episode was I think the Angry Video Game Nerd game.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, yeah, I don't see you drinking all the time. So I made a point to always put, it's like, here's me drinking. It's like, so you could see that, this is not bullshit. And the fact that, like, I actually had to count how many and, like, make it a point to say, yeah, I'm actually playing a game within a game. It's like, yeah, this is actually real. And I suck at games already, but playing games drunk, that makes me just... It's like brick wall. You're stuck on this level forever.
So
it was amazing.
What is the one game that you really don't want to do on that show? If there's one game you can choose, you die all the time on.
Super Meat Boy.
Oh, Meat Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, especially Hell. The level. Like they have so many. Or it's that or the salt mines or something. I don't know. The one where you do a warp zone and you have I Want to Be the Guy, the little dude that can jump twice, and you have to beat that random level in order to actually acquire that character. I died so many times on that, and I was thinking about doing a How Many Beers on that alone, but I would probably lose in like 10 minutes, and I would be chugging, just basically one hand is like just chug, chug, die, chug, die, chug. I wouldn't even get a chance to breathe. So that's a very, oh my god! You can't sneak up on me with that shit. Ugh.
Okay, and we're gonna move on to your Dead or Alive Extreme 2 review. Your completionist parody, because that is just some...
The most popular by far. Holy shit.
It's just fun. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. It took 6 months of no videos to make, like... I was waiting... Okay.
And
I don't
want
to out
as well.
Gerard, but I was waiting for him to... Because he said he'd make the cameo... Like, and I sent him a personal, for Gerard's eyes only, video of me doing his lines and stuff. It was like, if you could just do this, that'd be great. And I used to frequent his Twitch streams, and then we emailed personally and stuff. But that dude is the busiest motherfucker in the world. So, and all of my followers were like, so you're dead, right? You're not gonna ever make more videos, right? I was just like, well, I can. It's just gonna look really hacky and stupid because it needed to be finished up and stuff. And they're just like, just release it the way it is. Just put whatever you need to put it out. I was like, okay, this is gonna look stupid, but whatever. And then I cut all the bullshit like math stuff from like getting the achievements and how impossible that would be to get all those, and I cut all the bullshit. Like, I just acted Gerard's lines, so I was like, this is totally Gerard right here when I did his lines, so, you know, there'd be no confusion that it was just me, which it obviously is, and it ended up being everybody's favorite ever, and, yeah, I like how it turned out, even though it was kind of shitty.
Is that because of tits?
Absolutely. It's because of the figgle jizzics that's in all of them.
Physics. Fizzle jizzics.
Jiggle physics, whatever you call it. Figgle jizzics, yeah.
So,
Coin that term.
from one drunkard to another, are you up for a scat battle?
Scat battle?
Are you up for a scat battle?
You fucking start. I will bring the heat. Bring it!
Scat battle,
Okay, that's pretty good. But shiggity bow bow, but do we got freaking nigga biggie the biggie the bow? Okay. How about shiggity bop bop, but do we got freaking there? Shiggity diggy bow bow, but diggy.
Yeah.
I'm a scat man. I win.
Yeah, I hang my head in shame. It's over. I'm gonna drink this beer, man.
You sure you're not gonna edit that out?
No,
Come
you
on.
win. You win.
Come on. Okay.
No editing on this show, my friend.
You got
Okay.
time, right? This is gonna last like 4 hours, right?
Yep.
Just fucking around.
On
Good.
that note, I need the toilet. Amuse yourself. I'll be right back.
Okay. Jump cut. I don't need to pee. I don't need to. So it's just here with myself. How are you guys doing? I'm doing fine. You know, I'm making the rounds. Not too shabby, you know. I got a second job, so I'm working like 18-hour days. So you might notice a lack of videos. Henceforth, I can't really deliver too much. But that being said, got a lot in the pipeline. I'm doing some freaking animations. I'm doing dubs, drunk dubs, which are you take a funny video game cutscene and you dub over it what you think they should say. I'm doing I'm delving into anime reviews. We'll see how that goes. That's my next video, by the way. And some good stuff like that. You know, I got other ideas and whatnot. Like I'm trying to do reviews. Oh shit, he's back! No! I was just serenading. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Drink.
So, we move on to our middle segment, which is the gaming confessions.
Oh God.
G1 Dylan, the gaming drunkard.
Excuse me. Just need to.
Where's the ice?
It's in there.
Somewhere.
It's kind of melted. I came unprepared. I'm sorry. Also, my freezer froze over with that super white shit that just grows if you don't keep it in check.
You mean
I
water?
could chip some of that in there. Is that water? It seems very
Moisture.
chemically
It's moist.
unsafe.
It's the frozen moist. I don't know how to
Okay.
explain it, but it's moist and it's frozen.
It's a scientific possibility, obviously. It's cold. Drink it. Gaming confessions. Totally not pulling up a prerequisite that I just found with the mouse right here. Don't know if you can see that.
Nah, my head's in the way.
Oh yeah.
There's enough in here.
Oh yeah. Here we go. What am I ashamed of? First of all, nothing. Like, no regrets, man. Don't live, like, if you're a drunkard like me, your level of give a fuck is, like, skyrocketed. You won't even care. So, but if what people should expect me to be ashamed of would be, hang on, I came prepared-ish. Hang on.
What are you doing to yourself down there? Oh,
Cheating!
Oh.
Cheating is such a time saver. It's so amazingly awesome that you just, like, it's like, here, grind for 80 hours in order to beat this one boss to get this special item that you probably don't need in the first place. Or pop this bitch in, get that thing in like 30 seconds, and fucking say you didn't. You know. And that's, you know what? That's not a gaming confession. That's just a tip and trick for people whose time is valuable. But I know what people want to hear, and that's shit that I like but nobody else likes, or dislike but everybody else loves. So Duke Nukem Forever is pretty good. I think that because it's exactly what I expected it to be, and I have no idea what everybody else expected it to be. It's like, this is freaking, like, pixel by pixel, exactly what I imagined Duke Nukem Forever to be. And it's just like the cheesy one-liners. There's one where the Olsen twins get raped by an alien, and then they like explode with pregnant baby juices or some, like, you know,
you have
holy
my
shit, I can't believe
on.
they did that kind of shit. And his one-liner was, looks like you girls are fucked. And I could not stop laughing at the picture of everybody else who purchased that day one, who, like, reserved that 13 years ago, like, all in unison did this. They're just like, oh my god. Just the thought of everyone in the world facepalming at the same time, I cracked up for like 15 minutes straight. I was like, oh my god, this is amazingly bad. And yeah, also Castlevania, Earthbound, Half-Life, Team Fortress 2, every single Blizzard game. And did I say Castlevania? That goes double. Don't like any of them.
That is quite a confession.
I just lost every single possible fan I could have gained from this. No.
Not on this show.
Let's take it down a bit. Castlevania, I actually played Symphony of Night front to back. Well, I beat it. I didn't do the upside down thing because who has the time? And I didn't like it because he was like a back and forth kind of. It's like, oh, go over here. You remember that thing? Go back there. You remember that thing? Go back the way you just were. Like the entire game. But the music was so amazing that it, like, didn't matter. It's like, okay, well, I could just do that, and I just listened to the awesome fucking radical music that it was doing while I was going back and forth. Earthbound is kind of a personal thing. I'm dissecting all of my dislikes here to reduce the flames. Earthbound, I rented when it came out. The moment, or at the same time, I also rented Chrono Trigger. I rented both of those at on the same weekend.
Oh,
I had both of those games. For some reason, it had to be one of those because you know how long just one of those takes, and I got to beat that in 2 or 3 days. I was like, I played Earthbound. I was like, you know, play an hour of that. It's like, okay, let's see how the other game is. Obviously, one of those won. So I'll probably play Earthbound.
Sorry. I just picked up a bad cough from somewhere. Yeah, there's some awesome confessions. Okay.
Next!
Moving
on!
Let's go to the random gaming questions.
Talking about it! Sorry.
Random gaming questions. What is your favorite system of all time?
This is actually a good one. This, well, what's something that everybody says in the world, ever?
If you say Super Nintendo, I'm going to find you and I'm going to cut you. Go on, say it.
I'm not gonna say that because I think everybody says the Super Nintendo because everybody's favorite system is like between ages freaking 3 and 6. Like if you grew up playing the Super Nintendo between those times, which most people have apparently, that's gonna be your favorite. It actually works for me too because I grew up with those ages. But since I acknowledge that I grew up with that, it's probably too much nostalgia and not actually my favorite, personally. If anything, the thing that's got the tightest grip on my nostalgia boner is the PS1. I would say that.
Nice.
While the Dreamcast is slowly caressing my balls with the nostalgia, it's just a good combo. It's a tie between PS1 and Dreamcast. Such a good combo.
So the Dreamcast has got you by the balls, but the PS1 has got you by the shaft. Is that what you're trying to get at?
They work in unison. They're a good combo. I gotta say.
I can't disagree with you. I really can't.
Really? That's a surprise. I thought you were a super, a old school Sega fanboy.
I am a very old school, but the way you put it is...
They definitely have the nostalgia balls. They got the good grasp.
I like the way you think.
Let's move on so everybody forgets this portion.
So what game are you playing right now?
Yeah. I hate because I watched a lot of your interviews, and apparently everybody's playing the same things I am. But you know what I'm trying to trug along with because everybody says it's so freaking awesome is GTA. I don't know if that's upside down or not. Whatever.
You have to have a lot of time for
GTA 5. There's just so much stupid shit about this game that you could invest in stock options and you could freaking play tennis. That's just doesn't even. It's like, why? Ew. Stop. This is not what you meant to be. And yeah, no, I'm not digging it. Everybody says play it for the story. It's like I would, but in order to get through the story easily, you gotta train your dude. Like if you want to breathe underwater longer, you gotta fucking swim for 3 hours and raise your stats and shit. So that's not good. Moving on to another one I'm playing. Yeah. Not the biggest fan of Zelda. I mean, it's a good game. I acknowledge that. It's, cool. Yeah, great. It's not my cup of tea because the guy looks kind of weird and it's very, you could totally tell what's going to happen. But, Twilight Princess, which a lot of people hate, apparently. A lot of people hate that game. I think it's the best one so far. I haven't played all of them. I haven't even beat Link to the Past, which is another gaming confession, whatever. But I figured I'm just digging the hole so far down. You shouldn't interview people drunk. They admit too much. But yeah, Twilight Princess, it's good. I was about to play it live over the internet on Twitch, but then it turns out I had to do some sort of interview thing. So then, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do after this.
Yeah, that's my
Hopefully
bad.
The ending doesn't suck. But so far, it's my favorite one. That's it. Oh yeah, Destiny sucks. I played like 2 levels and was like, stupid. Shut up, everybody. Stop talking about that game. And that's it. That's all I've been playing.
I know this is a biggie. It's a very big question. But what is your favorite game of all time?
I hate when people ask that.
Yeah.
I don't like to play.
It's a stupid question.
I
thought I'd try it out. Just this once because I'm an idiot.
Because it's so.
Okay, list your top 5 or at least one from each console.
Okay, how about this? How's about games that I think that are on my favorites list? I have a top 100 favorite list that will never be released because why the fuck would anybody care about that? But it's for me, and like it's to put my tastes in perspective. But some good ones people should know about. are weird for the PS1, the Unholy War.
Okay.
I don't like fighting games. I don't like grid-based combat. For some reason, this is my jizzity jam right here. It's kind of like Power Stone, only they came first. So it's a little better, in my opinion. And nobody ever talks about it, which is weird because it's PlayStation 1, which is half of my favorite system of all time. What was the other half? Fucking Dreamcast. Speed Devils. Who the fuck has heard of this? Have you heard of this?
I have not.
Speed Devils? Exactly. Nobody has. There's like, okay, you're racing, right? Oh, Ubisoft? Really? Holy shit, Ubisoft made it. You're racing through a fucking regular racetrack. Oh, this is kind of cool, you know. It feels right, and it's like, oh, it's a racing game. Then a goddamn tornado comes out of nowhere and fucks your entire trail up. Then King Kong, what? Comes out of nowhere and starts, like, trying to fucking smash you. T-Rexes come out of nowhere. It's so crazy, psycho, bonkers, bullshit, batshit insane that you're like, this is a pretty good game. I like it. Play Speed Devils on the Dreamcast. Boom. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite of all time. It's so cliche and stupid.
My head.
I hate admitting it. I tried to slip it in. It still hurts. I'm sorry.
The scar on my head is burning.
Hey! Don't hate me. You can hate me a little bit. I don't give a fuck. Speaking of not giving a fuck, I got a refill. Real quick. It's just going to take 2 seconds. I'm not even going to stop talking because of how quick it's going to take. Holy shit. Is that already done? It is. Beer number 3.
I didn't even get a joke in.
That's right. That's how I do.
I believe I asked you to bring along your most treasured gaming possession. What did you bring for us this evening?
It coincides with the last question.
Oh, bollocks.
But it's more of, I used to use this exactly when it came out, and it was my main source of non-video game fun, but it had something to do with video games. Oh my god. Don't hate me, guys, but Final Fantasy VII, the action figure set.
That's pretty badass. I like that.
What a fanboy this guy is. What a loser. But right when this came out, I had Tekken characters, Legend of Dragoon characters. Okay, so it wasn't right when this came out, because those were together. Like, I had Dart and Lloyd from that series, and I had these guys, and I would play with my action figures, because I'm a fucking nerd like that. And, yeah, they got sold off in a garage sale that I had no say in. I was like, where'd my favorite characters go? And this ended up being super expensive after that garage sale to get back. And then I finally found a copy for like 30 or 40 bucks. I was like, that's nostalgia, bitch. Don't fuck with it. And I had to do that. And I also got a Sephiroth character, but it's so crappily. I'm looking at it. It's so shitty. I was like, I'm glad I didn't grow up with that stupid fucking figure. I still regret that purchase.
Yeah,
He's looking at me. He's like, what's wrong with me? I'm like, your eyes are fucking crossed and you look stupid and fuck you, Sephiroth. Fuck. Okay, he's not talking to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Must be unseen. Now, on this portion of the show, what I like to do is bring along something that my interviewer would like. It could be something like this, my little mushroom.
Is it a free beer?
No, it's a mushroom.
Aw.
Or it could be this stupid Mario figure thing. But no,
that could work.
What I brought along is this. It's my most treasured drinking possession.
Ooh.
This thing I picked up in Poland about a year ago. It's Zabrówko bison grass vodka.
Oh, snap.
Laced with bison leather. That's bison leather, dude.
That's pretty succulent. That's pretty delish. Just looking at that, my eyes are like delicious.
It's wrapped in leather. Bison leather. Bison leather.
That's illegal in some countries.
Yeah. Not in this one. Drink up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring that along.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Gin gin. Which brings us to our last section of the interview. I've only got one question for you today.
What?
Yeah, just one question. The G1 question. And there's only one question for you.
Yeah?
And you're not going to believe this, but the person who asked it was you.
Oh shit, really? Oh, M. Night Shyamalan all over the fucking webcam. What did I say? I don't know what you're talking about.
What game has given you a boner?
A boner?
Yep.
Did I actually ask that?
You did.
Okay. Not saying I was drunk when I said that, but... What kind of boner are we talking? Are we talking half-mass? Are we talking, semi-chub? Are we talking... Or is it, like, legit boner?
What is your definition of boner? I would say full on.
Whatever game that gives me a legit boner, that would probably be... I hate to bring it up again. But the very first game to ever give me a legit boner would be Final Fantasy VII. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I can't stop. I hate it when Final Fantasy goes on your show because everybody just talks about it all the time. But you just ask those kind of questions that bring it up. Okay, so Disc 2, when the weapons finally come out of the crater, there's a fucking shot of the airship, right? And the airship is like, holy shit, the weapons are coming. What the fuck is this shit? Holy crap. And then there's a shot of Tifa that's never been rendered in such a way that her titties, if they wobbled in the slightest, they could knock her the fuck out. And I was just like, wow, she's got some big hooters. Those are some tiggled bitties. Oh my god, what is going on downstairs? That is probably my first legit boner from a video game.
And there it is, folks. You have reached the end of the interview.
Right?
I have been a very drunk Master Wayne, enjoying my last sip of beer.
Yeah! Cheers, fuckface!
Thank you for joining us today. I was interviewing the great Game Drunkard, G1 Dylan.
Have to exaggerate. Don't exaggerate.
Exaggerate what? You're
the great.
You're my best friend and shit. Look, let's take this outside. Look, there's a door right there.
You want to go? I'll go. I'm in the
Come on then.
Am I clipping the audio? Sorry. No, fucking go, man.
I'm crazy.
Note to self: don't get shit-faced before an interview.
Or do, it might make it a lot more better. Thank you, guys. I've been Master Wayne for G1 Interviews on G1 Features. Good evening.
Signing off.